Hi guys, welcome to JC Transformation Strategies. Welcome to another Sunday Bible reading and study session. Okay, so today we're going to be continuing about our rest. And as you know, guys, we have already discussed about the 4 types of rest. And today we're just going to be discussing the next 2, and then next week is going to be the last rest. So it's very exciting, and this content is really, really inspiring. It's educational. It's something that we all learn something, because nobody really shares it to you unless you get a psychological understanding about it. So I'm literally diving into it. And as you guys can see, I'm literally dressed up so warm up today, because the thing is, I said, you know what, I'm just going to be taking some rest. As you know, guys, I've been on rest for a while because I had to take a break from every single thing, including social media. So yeah, it was a big thing. And that's why I decided that I'm just going to dress up very comfortable today. Not going to really stress about what I'm going to be wearing, or like what outfit to match and things like that. Just do things natural, and just take the necessary rest. So yeah, and it's really, really cold aside in South Africa because we're in winter. So yeah, I was like, I'm not going to take this off because it's really, really chilly. Okay, so let's dive into our topic today. Today we're going to be discussing about 2 types of rest, which is so crucial in this walk of life, and we need to actually listen, adhere, and do the necessary steps. And that is why, guys, I'm going to be sharing with you on how to do this. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing about emotional rest and social rest. Okay, so first things first, let's read the Bible. Okay, so we're going to be reading from Matthew 11 verses 28. Okay, it says, "Come to me, all you who are tired from carrying heavy loads, and I will give you rest." Okay, "Take my yoke and put it on you, and learn from me, because I'm gentle and humble in spirit, and you will find rest. For the yoke I will give you is easy, and the load I'll put on you is light." So the main verse is 28. It says, "Come to me, all of you who are tired from carrying heavy loads, and I will give you rest." We thank God for His word. So literally the Bible says that we need to come to Him, come to Jesus. He's going to be giving us the rest. Okay, so rest is quite a big topic, all right? And we haven't been resting because we've always been busy. It's part of human nature to be busy. It's part of human nature to constantly have your mind working, all right? But that also leads to burnout. And without us realizing, it leads to burnout that you literally feel so drained physically and mentally. So guys, that is why today I said that, you know what, we're going to be discussing more about emotional rest. So today's topic is more on emotional rest. Okay, now when we look at emotional rest, the first thing we need to understand is, what is emotions? Now, emotions basically involves personal conscious, managing yourself and managing others. Okay, now emotions is basically what you feel. So we all have emotions. If you're a human being, you will have emotions. If you don't have emotions, then then you're definitely numb. All right, you're numb of something. But it's completely normal to feel emotions. Okay, it's completely normal. So the thing is, our emotions come like through happiness. You can either feel happy, you can either feel sad, you can start crying. Also, it comes through surprise. All right, if let's just say somebody just host a birthday party for you which you don't even know, and you're like, wow, you're literally surprised that somebody's actually thinking of me and hosting a birthday. So surprise is also part of an emotion. Then we also have joy, we have fear. All right, you fear of something, fear of the unknown, which is basically anxiety. All right, and then we have disgust, where you actually feel so disgusted around certain people due to their behavior, due to the pattern of lifestyle. You just can't associate. It's normal. If you feel that, it's normal. Okay, you don't need to suppress anything. And we have different types, and we even get some people start laughing. All right, you get those really vibey type of people. They literally laugh, like good energy. Like you be with them, you just feel so happy around them. Right. So their part of the emotions is like happiness. While you get some people are really sad, broken, and obviously when you're with them, you feel like really sad as well. Like emotions are quite contagious. So whatever people are feeling, it will actually rub onto you because you're human. So if you always in a company that's always sad, depressed, it's gonna rub into you. And if you're in a company that's positive, vibey, moving, confident and stuff like that, it also passes on to you. So that is why I always say, like, watch who's in your circle, because not everyone is for you. Okay, so emotional rest is basically where this builds up emotions that has been actually leading to stress. And most of the time is that, imagine now we are humans and we're supposed to express emotions, and we haven't expressed any emotions. Like when it's time for us to cry, especially if you're a child and you were brought up in that way where crying is not good for you and you just like bottle things up, so it affects you. Okay, it really affects how you do things in life. So if you suppress your emotions, it's definitely going to affect how you carry on with life, because you always will feel numbed up. Even the tears won't come up, and that's not a good start, because you need to release your emotions. Okay, so that's why emotional rest is where you're going to take some time and you're going to release that emotion. So whatever that you have been facing, it's time now for you to release it. So how do you going to release? You're going to talk openly to somebody that you can trust, of course, because remember, not everybody is good for you. Some people will be feeding your story for gossip. So you need to know now, who am I venting to? If you do have to get to a psychologist or somebody as a counselor, or if you need to speak to me, you can kindly do that, because you need to open up to somebody who actually understands you and has empathy. And unfortunately, it's very hard to find that with family and friends. Okay, trust me, I know. So it's better to speak to strangers, okay, because they will basically have a honest opinion and tell you as it is. Okay, and then after that, you need to write a journal. So when you write a journal, basically what I suggest is writing a journal or a diary every single week on how you feel. Okay, and when you write this week, all right, you write on a Sunday, this is all the things that happened to me throughout the week. I felt happy, I got what I needed, I reached my goals. Okay, so next week comes, I felt really sad, like I lost my job, or you know what, some people just told me off, and I was really sensitive about a situation that happened at work. You write that down. Then you write the third week, the fourth week. Then becomes end of the month, you do a review check and you look at, this is all my emotions that happened to me throughout the week. And then also you must write is, how did you react towards these emotions? Were you emotionally outburst, like with the traffic that's like really slow moving, and then after that you just had an outburst about it? And then after that, guys, why I want you to write this is, I want you to pay attention of how much time we waste on nonsense. We waste our energy on things that are so draining. Okay, like for example, the traffic is out of your control. Whatever happens in the news is out of your control. Whatever happens to so and so, and they posted online that they're doing well, or they got this, they got that, it got nothing to do with you. But how much of time and energy is wasted on garbage, on things like you should have focused on yourself. So that's why it's important to just write this down. And it's actually to like trick your mind to see that, you know what, this is the time that I've actually wasted on these things. Okay, so it brings you to the light. Also, it's a form of release when you write, because you write in emotions, so you're releasing all that out. And if you do feel emotional as you write whatever that you faced, it's normal. If you start crying, it's normal. You know how many letters I've actually written, even when I'm going to a doctor and I write down exactly what happened to me, and the amount of tears that actually like I vent out, it's shocking, but it's normal, because you rather release the tears now, well, than releasing it in the doctor's office. But if you're brave enough, yeah, you can release it there. But yeah, emotional writing down is so important, it's so crucial. And so one of the points is that a lot of psychologists will actually tell you that it's good to write down, because there's so much that you pay attention that when you write down your emotions, like the way you write down, your font, your handwriting, Like sometimes you write fast, sometimes you write slow. It's just so much of expressions are released when you write. So it's crucial that you write down. All right. Now, emotions also trigger there's two parts of it, right? Emotions trigger your physiological side. So your physiological is like, as I said, when you get those like heavy traffic and things like that. So what happens is that when you're late for work, your heart starts to beat fast, correct? Or if you need to be somewhere and you're stressed up. So those are all physiological, like a racing heartbeat, or you like start sweating, things like that, things that actually put you into panic. So those are all physiological. Then your behavioral emotions, it more has to do with how it's expressed through your behavior. So your behavior emotions is more like you're crying, you're laughing, how you feel. Okay, so that's all pointers that leads to your output of your behavior. Okay, this is something also that I've actually learned, so it's something new to me and it's quite interesting. So it's really, really interesting. So try to put that into practice and look at which side am I more emotional, physiological or behavioral? Do I actually outburst more? So then like, what? I need to work on my behavioral side. Okay? And remember that you need to also observe your behavior, like who you listen to, who you watch on your social medias is so important. That's why I told you to have that sensory rest, because basically whoever you're watching on your social media, you're going to become like them. So however they talk, if they like swear and talk, or if they talk lustful, or if they talk not in a good way, you become like that. So it's important to, guys, look at your social media and see who am I following, whose content I'm engaging, who am I listening to, even music. All right, you don't want to listen to all this bad type of music because it affects you. Yes, it does feel good, but it's not that good. Like really looking at it, imagine you want to actually be like those type of people. And most of the singers are actually charged with so much of rape and this and that. Like really think about it. Okay. All right, so I'm not going to mention any names, but yeah, I was actually quite surprised to see certain singers that I used to like listen to and grow up with. Now they actually charged with rape cases and drugs. It's sad. So yeah, just watch your content, guys. Try to listen more like to instrumental stuff. Calming stuff, piano stuff, things like that, because that's actually gonna like relax your brain. Okay, then the last rest is social rest. Okay, the social rest is basically where there's a balance, where you need to basically spend more time with people that's uplifting you and that's encouraging you, supporting you, and looking out for you. And then when I turn my back, I know they don't talk about me. Okay, I don't want when my back faces people that they actually talk about me. That doesn't work. All right, you need to be true to me even behind my back. That's how it works. So know who's in your social media as well, who's in your WhatsApp account, who's in your Facebook. If it's not really worth your time, start deleting, start blocking. Just remove toxic energy away, because it's just taking up space. Guys, I remove people that's basically don't even worry about me, because you're taking up space, and I'm not going to literally sit and wait for messages. I don't have time for that. No, I'd rather use that time and encourage people out there. All right, motivate people through counseling. So it's very important that we know who we have on our phone, and also you feel a release when you just release toxic people. Trust me, it like heals you. Okay, so yeah, delete all those old messages that you've been keeping, like a revenge and all those things. Like there's no use of all of that. Like just move on. Okay, because the main person is you. And also don't let the ugliness in others kill the beauty within you. That's something very important. So if somebody else is being mean, bitter and ugly, don't let that ruin the beauty in you. That's something really special. Okay, so yeah, basically you need to step back from whoever is draining you and realize that, what, I don't want people like this, and it's going to be tough in the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, it's a form of release. Trust me. If you need to offer forgiveness, please do forgive whoever has hurt you, but move on. Okay, you can delete the numbers as well, like that you moved on, because out of sight, out of you don't see it all the time, so you're not triggered. So spend more time with yourself, literally spend more time with good people. Say no to social obligations that drains you. So if you know, like a family gathering or a work gathering that's going to actually drain you really bad, don't attend. Okay, don't put yourself in a situation that triggers your panics, trigger your anxiety, triggers your depression. It's not worth it. Okay, I think with the work it's going to be a little bit difficult when you have to be there, but with families and friends, yeah, that's not really necessary. It's easy to just make some excuse, but if you're brave enough, you just say no. All right, that's it. No. Right, and then spend time with yourself by getting to know yourself and be comfortable with yourself. Okay, so remember, guys, social rest is important. It's more of a balance. So that balance is between who I need to really spend time with, okay, who my energy needs to flow with, and then who I actually need to step back from, who I need to say no. I'm sorry, I'm setting boundaries. When you start setting that boundaries, you start feeling good and you start healing. So guys, today that's basically the topic that we discussed, is about the two types of rest. Emotional rest. Please guys, write your emotions down. Every week, write down the events that happen to you. It doesn't need to be a full page. It just needs to be even a half a page is fine. Or however comfortable you are in writing. Because I know some people like to express, so you write more. But why I want you to do this is I want you to actually see something powerful, is that you see how your emotions fluctuate throughout the weeks. And then when you do a review every month, then you actually see that, you know what, this is how much of time I've wasted on useless things. So that is why we just started in August. It's literally today I'm doing the message and we're reading the first week of August. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be in the 8th month, and we thank God for this. And we thank God for bringing us so far. There's so many people that has lost their lives, but hey, look at where we are. So we really thank God for that. We thank God for His blessings, His peace, you know, and His favor. And also those who have celebrated birthdays and whatever events that's special to you, happy birthday as well. So yeah, as I said, guys, for this month, try and do emotional journal. Write down every week how you feel and do a review checkup after a month. You can do after 2 weeks, but you can just read over it. But after a month is better. Okay, so that's something to look forward to in the month of August. And then, guys, thank you so much for also listening to the content, watching, engaging, and those who have already subscribed. Thank you so much to all the people subscribed. It means a lot to me. And may God bless you as well as you watch the channel more and be blessed and inspired. And if you guys like to know anything, please do drop a comment, ask me questions. I'm here, I'm available. There's something maybe you want to ask about rest, or there's something that you need to talk about and you really don't have that support system. And as I said, I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. So yeah, just rest, okay? Even like for this weekend, just rest. Put on the PJs, put on your gown, just have a rest. Just chill out, have a nice cup of hot chocolates or coffee or tea. Have your rusk, have your biscuits, and just rest. It's time for you to rest. You've worked so hard and you really deserve that rest. Please take some time off from being too much on the social media, like, you know, too much scrolling on your TikToks and stuff like that, and let your mind breathe. Okay, let your mind breathe. It's so important. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned to JC and have a wonderful week ahead, and may God bless you and meet all your needs. Love you all.